What up, sports fans all over the world? It's your boy, Mac the Giants fan. I'm here with my guys, the Horsemen, Zion Zenith, Adam Costas, and y'all know most definitely the one and only NYD, Jeffy T, always with us, shining that light down on top of us ever so brightly. This is the Premium Takes Podcast. Let's go!
What up? Thank you so much for being here on this Friday afternoon. Sorry, we got off the slow start right there. My bad, I had to catch my words. But we're back at it again for another Friday. I want to thank my fellow co-host, Mac the Giants fan, and Adam Costas for holding it down with Raphael, special guest that appeared last week's episode. So thank you guys so much. That was a fire episode. I was busy, but the boys held it down, and the chat held it down as well. But we got a lot of stuff to get into. But you know how these episodes are going to go. If you haven't heard, we do give Adam about 20 minutes at the start of this episodes, being that we're in the combat sports talk. Yes, we're leading up to the NFL draft, but majority of this episode is going to be dedicated to combat sports in the world of WWE and in the world of the UFC. But before we get into that, we do want to give our fellow co-host Adam some time, because he is the one that's most active on these sites, getting the intel for us on what Giants fans are saying, who they think we're going to draft, what they think we're going to draft, what direction we're going to go. And we depend on Adam to kind of come to us with the intel. But before Adam gets going, we want to give a massive shout out to Tudo. Thank you so much for being here as well.
Tudo.
A lot to get to this episode.
Hope
guys. We got UFC. Match. We got WWE, we got Wrestlemania recap. Boy, was that a good one. But like I said, let's give Adam the mic for about 20 minutes. And Adam, how's it been in the Twitterverse and in Giants Nation, in the Giantsverse on the NFL draft?
Well, as your resident Twitter expert on this panel, at least, Mac's there too. But I float into these spaces, in and out of these spaces. You can call me a space cadet with how many freaking spaces I join. Okay, and I'm hearing, and I'm looking at the timeline. Right, I'm seeing rumors, and right now, in my Twitter space, I'm sitting there and I'm looking, and people are telling me we're going wide receiver, we're going this, we're going that. I call it all smoke. Because there's one thing, and I told these guys today, I said there's one mission. If you choose to accept it, and that's to get your franchise quarterback. Everyone keeps telling me about next year. Well, next year means nothing to me. We're in this year. People are talking about, well, we need to do this, and we can get a quarterback next year. No, you're in this draft. Make it happen. There's no way the guys behind you have enough ammo, in my eyes, to get up. They're going to have to empty the barrels, and teams don't like to do that. They need to field a squad, okay? Minnesota has 2 first-round picks, and they don't pick again to 108. So now you're going to say they're going to go 2 for 1. They're going to give 2 picks up for 1 to get a quarterback, and then do nothing with it. I don't get it. But let me get to the real root of the problem. Okay, the root of the problem in the New York Giants here is John Mara. That mother always opens his mouth at the wrong time. Okay, John Mara is in an article, Ralph Vacchiano, saying, I believe in Daniel Jones, but if they draft a quarterback, I'm with it. Listen, John, it's over for your golden boy. It's over for him. Move on from it. I don't know if Daniel Jones has naked photos of John Mara or something like that, or is compromised in some way, Grandpa Mara, because it's like, what is this guy doing to still be on the roster? Because it's funny, because I was reading something. 1997 is a long time ago, but there was a guy by the name of Dave Brown who was still on the team because the owner, Wellington Mara, who they spent money on, wanted to go and let Dave Brown be the quarterback of this team. So he brought in, let me refresh your memory. It might sound familiar. He brought in an offensive coach named Jim Fossil, who helped Boomer Esiason throw for 500 yards and made Kent Graham look good. Brian Dable, Duke quarterback, coming in here to make him look good. And Dave Brown had a good start to that season until he injured his elbow, and boom, that was the end of him. But they brought in a guru to try to do that. And they meandered around until they found their quarterback in Kerry Collins. Kerry Collins lasted a few seasons and boom, everybody got fired and then away you go. So now here we are and we want to do the same shit. We want to do the same damn thing. Let's give him another year. You know what? You know why I call that smoke and bullshit first off? They didn't even give a guy a physical. So they don't even know if this guy is ready to play yet, and you're saying we're going to build around him. He may not play, or he may be on PUP. How about Drew Lock? How do you know he's going to relinquish the job? I'm tired of seeing this guy being handed to him. Okay? That's number one. Number two, and this is where I'm really going to get a little ornery. Somebody on Twitter had the audacity to be a DJ fan. And so this...
Now, Adam, it is America. You are allowed to be a DJ fan if you want to.
Okay, yeah. Well,
continue.
This DJ fan needs to take a chill pill because he's all up in my fucking timeline and he's talking shit about this guy. So this is what happened. I was commenting on Ryan Dunleavy's post. Okay, it's all the way at the top, all the way at the motherfucking top, right? You know. Ryan Dunleavy says a high-ranking official thinks the Giants want to go quarterback in round 2 and receiver in round 1. And, of course, I said, why get the QB later when the talent of the class is not as good? Why not go get him now, right? To which some guy starts saying stats are 70% chance of not being better in the position. I'm like, dude, you don't know what you're talking about. Stop. DJ sucks. Take the swing. Move on, right? And, of course, that led to this back and forth of, there was no one better in this draft. I'm like, wait, there is nobody better than Daniel Jones in this draft? Are you smoking crack? On the top of that, he goes, this is what else he goes, wait for Manning, that's Arch Manning, in 2 years, Jones' contract will be done. We can't waste $22 million in dead.
So hold up, he's let me just get this right. He's saying you're waiting for a quarterback that hasn't even taken a collegiate start yet.
Right,
certified. He's not certified. He's gonna start eventually, but he hasn't started yet. He's
in
still
2 years
on his team.
In 2 years,
okay.
In 2 years,
continue.
Right, in 2 years, right? 2 years.
That's
so we're waiting. We're waiting in line for 2 years to get a quarterback. It gets better, folks. It gets better. So now we're going down here, and I didn't really notice that. I didn't say anything of it because I don't really want to engage with this guy. But this guy obviously doesn't know what he's talking about because who in the world waits 2 years for a quarterback? That's like putting in your order. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to put my order in. I'm going to wait.
G Nation in the house. He says they won't draft the quarterback at 6. Guys, get over it.
Who?
No, G Nation. He's just in the house speaking his opinion. Jesus Christ. We like to start off.
Oh no, Lou.
Why won't they draft the quarterback at 6? What is the problem? I mean, are you in the DJ camp to keep him? Like,
well,
why would you want to draft?
He is in the DJ camp. He does want to draft the receiver. The one thing that I do want to emphasize is we do start these shows with Adam for 20 minutes, giving his insights on Twitter.
Let me finish.
Continue.
So we're back here going back and forth, and this guy is telling us we're going to suck for 5 years. I'm like, yo, our quarterback right now has 2 injuries, is not good, and we have a chance to go get a good one. And we're sitting here saying, no, we don't want to get a good one for a quarterback, and we want to get a lesser quarterback down the road. Why? I don't know, because the team is it's good to win. Right? So this guy is going back and forth with me, and I'm literally wasting breath. And this guy said, nope, we have a potential top 10 QB on the roster. I hope he was talking about Drew Lock because there ain't no way Daniel Jones is a top 10 QB on the roster. So this guy goes back and forth, and we're sitting here, and this guy tries to bring up Tom Brady in a discussion with Daniel Jones about, the offensive line and all this bullshit. You know what I brought up? I brought up Gardner Minshew. You know Gardner Minshew? You know the guy, Uncle Rico, used to play for Jacksonville? Let me break down his stats for a minute, right? Let's break this down for it. Now, stats don't mean anything, but he was in the 2019 draft, so he was in the draft class with Daniel Jones, so you want to rate yours amongst your peers, right? His first season. Let's get this up here. Let's get courtesy of ESPN, by the way, folks, just so you know where I'm getting these stats from, so you're not, you can follow along in your programs if you'd like. But we have the stats for Gardner Minshew. Mind you,
if you want to share the screen as well, I can share it up on screen as well, Adam. If not, it's all good.
1 second. Let me just get it up here. I have a million windows open. You know how that shit works.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here's Gardner Minshew, and here's our incumbent quarterback that everybody still wants to build around. Daniel Jones.
I would say probably 35% of the fan base.
Yeah, the delusional ones. That's funny though. All right, oops.
Adam, mate, NFL is NFL. Nothing's gonna change. Please don't waste time. That's honestly, I feel that too. Though, not that he's wasting time, but he's just standing up on the island of relevancy. He's standing up for his island, the leader of the quarterback island, and he's like,
why are people so like? If you don't like the content, you don't like the content. Lower the volume. I don't know what to tell you. This is what we're talking about. I'm telling you about.
Already, we got a page. Damn, Adam, what the hell? How much tabs do you have open?
Enough. I have my cards that I'm looking at. Okay, so this is Gardner Minshew. There he is. 3,300 yards, 15 touchdowns, right? Look at his first year. 32, 7, 21. How about we go to DJ's first year? Everybody talks about how good that is.
21
right?
6.
Look at this guy. Look at this guy. This guy played less. Gardner Minshew played less games. What the hell just happened there? Told you, ESPN, they be fucking with you, Daniel Jones. See, he's questionable. He's still questionable. Still questionable. He was a questionable draft pick. 13 games. He did less yardage, 24 touchdowns, and threw for less yards per pass. Now, Jacksonville ain't got nobody on that team. His second year, Garner started 9 games at 2,200 yards, almost again threw for 7 yards per pass and 16 touchdowns. Right? This guy, fucking 14 games, 2,900 yards, and 11 touchdowns. Are you kidding me? What are we doing here? And then you have 2 seasons to which Garner doesn't play shit, doesn't do a damn thing, right? Now this year he gets injured, but look at these numbers down here. 12, 6.2, 62 touchdowns and 40 interceptions. Okay, well, we go to Gardner Minshew, who just happened to start, and he's got 59 touchdowns, 24 interceptions, 999,000 yards, and he's played the same amount of seasons, but he hasn't started the same amount of games, and he's damn near closer to Daniel Jones in touchdowns and passing. So what are we talking about here? Okay,
I want to add to this point, and I want Mac to get involved too, being that this is probably going to be our only draft talk before we get into Wrestlemania and the UFC. Adam, do me a favor, because this goes to your point, and Mac, please get involved with this as well. The talk of the town is we need a team around Daniel Jones, right? Daniel Jones, the first round, 6th overall pick, right? He needs a whole team around him, right? He needs a receiver. He needs an O-line. Yes, so does everybody else. But the way I'm looking at these quarterbacks is they're one of 32. So you're supposed to be elite. You're supposed to be one of 32 in the entire world that plays American football, the National Football League. That being said, a lot of the talks is, my man gets sacked. He gets sacked so much. Well, let's look at his first 5 seasons. I made a video about this, but for those who missed that video, let's take a look. Let me share my screen. These are quarterbacks sacked the most in the first 5 seasons. All right. Where is Daniel Jones on this list? Daniel Jones is right here with 179 sacks, guys. What does he do? 12,000 yards, 62 touchdowns, and 40 interceptions. Cam Newton, look who's right above him, 185 yards. Look what Cam Newton did. Didn't Cam Newton have an MVP type season?
He had no receivers on his team.
Didn't Cam Newton take his team to the Super Bowl? Wait, is that Big Ben up here? What did Big Ben? Did what? Arch Manning? Like, come on, Deshaun Watson? What did Deshaun Watson do? Yo, he had wait, guys. He had Hopkins. Well, he had full offense on him, right? He had a full offense on him.
Sacked 194 times.
Maybe he had Arian Foster there. Yeah, JJ, but he played defense 194 does. Is that Blake Bortles? Is that someone that Jacksonville did not give up on? You look at all these quarterbacks with way better numbers than Daniel Jones, with way better yardage than Daniel Jones.
Don't show him the facts.
5,000 more yards than Daniel Jones, but yet sacked more than Daniel Jones. Russell Wilson. Yeah, everybody wants to say, it was the Legion of Doom. Yeah, he had better receivers than Daniel Jones. Yeah, he did. But at the end of the day, look what he accomplished. The list goes on. Ryan Tannehill, 213 times.
Even David Carr has more.
David Carr, right there, 249. And that is just the stat muse. That's the stat muse of keeping it fair. The quarterback that sacked the most in the first 5 seasons. At the end of the day, it comes down to his ability to process, and he's slow as fuck. So I'm gonna just give the mic over to Mac and let him chime in a bit, and then give the mic over to Adam, and then Adam will wrap it up here, and then we'll go on to Wrestlemania. But go right ahead, Mac.
I don't understand why people are so scared of upgrading the quarterback position. I don't understand why people are saying things like, oh, wait 2 years and get Arch Manning. What if Arch Manning sucks? What if he fucking sucks? You don't know what that kid can do. He ain't took a goddamn snap in a college football game. I was waiting 2 years to get him. Oh, he was a Manning too, also. He's not going to be fucking Eli. He's not going to. How you know he's going to come here and be able to bring you a couple of times like Eli did? Just because his last name is Manning? It's not a guarantee. I don't know what that kid's going to be. Right now, you're in position right now to make it happen. You know who doesn't suck? Drake May doesn't suck. Jalen Daniels doesn't suck. J.J. McCarthy doesn't suck. Michael Penix Jr. doesn't suck. Bo Nix doesn't suck. These guys don't suck. Make it happen. Because after them, you're talking about a major decline. A major decline in the prospects. You got an opportunity. You need to upgrade this quarterback position. It's a damn joke. It's a damn joke. I get it. We need some other weapons as well on this football team.
We have the Blitnikoff winner, though.
You got to get your quarterback at the top end. Get your quarterback because you could in this draft class, there are receivers you can get in the 3rd round, 4th round even probably, that can come in and be immediate difference makers. I get it. You want the Malik Neighbors. You want the whatever the dude from Washington, Ozudu, whatever the fuck his name is. That you want the old one here. Want to get those guys. Who want to throw him the goddamn ball? Daniel Jones scared to throw the ball down the field. Scared to throw the ball unless down the field, unless the guy's running wide the fuck open. Hell, even at least Tommy DeVito was throwing the ball down the field and giving these guys a chance. Daniel Jones doesn't even do that. That kid is shot here in New York. I get it. He's a nice guy. You wish him the best. Sure. I don't wish anything bad on the kid, but it's not going to happen for the New York Giants. Get over it. Kick him in the ass on his way out. Go find another team. Maybe you can revitalize your career some other place. It's not happening here. Get one of these top guys, man. Stop playing around, man. That's all I got. I'm just over it. And it's enough is enough already.
Enough is enough. And before I pass it over to Adam,
how much shit have we done? How much have we done? We put so much draft, so much into the offensive line. You've gotten a couple receivers. I mean, look. You can feel any way you want about the Wan'Dale Robinsons and Jalen Hines of the world, but we don't know how good these kids can be. I'm tired of watching Daniel Jones throw the ball at Wan'Dale Robinson's feet. And he don't even get a kid a chance to even make a play. I'm tired of watching that shit. I'm tired of watching Jalen Hyatt use that speed getting downfield, one-on-one coverage, and Daniel Jones not even taking a shot. I don't want to see that story no more. I've seen enough of that. It's time to move on. Get over it. I really, really don't wish to see this kid take another snap in a Giant uniform. That's how over I am him. I'm over that. I'm over that dude, man. It's not. Yeah. It's like we're a joke. We're one of the top franchises, one of the most historic franchises in the whole NFL, and we're a fucking joke right now. A laughing stock of the league. Like. This is not the New York Giants I grew up loving, man. This ain't that. That's it. That's all I got, man.
It just goes to show you. Max said it perfectly. This is not the Giants that he grew up loving. This is not the Giants that I grew up loving, and that was only 11, 12 years ago. And if you really think about it, too, it's like, Max said so much things, and it hurts in a sense. Because of the fact that what's up, Nomads? Thank you so much for being here.
I want to share the screen when you're done.
Yeah, absolutely. It hurts for a second because when you are falling in love with a team and you just see them go down into a hole like 6 feet deep, and it just keeps on getting bigger, it is sad, and I truly believe you need to take a quarterback. We go on this point because people on Twitter, it's up to us to give them knowledge and to say like, hey guys, I get it. You guys want your Malik Neighbors. You guys want him. But with Daniel Jones at his quarterback, he is a 900-yard receiver. Malik Neighbors is a 1,500 good receiver with a good quarterback. And at the end of the day, no NFL team is fully made until they bring in their quarterback. What I mean by that is everybody's like, oh, you need to build the team, and I understand that. It would be nice to build the team, right? It would be nice, but at the end of the day, the Texans wasn't fully built when they drafted CJ. You know what I'm saying? Nico Collins wasn't a household name when they drafted CJ. They really didn't truly have a number one when they drafted CJ. You know what I'm saying? Adam wanted to change their team. Change their team. Adam wanted to share his screen. So Adam, you can share your screen, and then your mic is yours. I'm about done with this conversation as well, and I think
this will be my
a shout out to
points.
you for staying tuned with the Twitter Spaces, because for me and Mac, it's a headache already. It's almost like how don't you guys see it? And I never want to push my opinion on people. I say this is America all the time because in other countries you can have an opinion, and that's why we can have an opinion in this country, and I'm proud of that. But at the end of the day,
facts are facts, bro.
It's almost horrid, and facts are facts. But continue, Adam.
Here's. I just want to accentuate my point here. Okay, if you could look at here, look at these receivers: Tyreek Hill, 5th round pick; CeeDee Lamb, late 1st; Amon St. Brown, 4th round pick; Puka Nacua, 5th round pick; AJ Brown, 2nd round pick; DJ Moore, late 1st round pick; Brandon Ayuk, I think it was a 2nd rounder; Nico Collins, 2nd rounder; Mike Evans, late 1st round pick. The only top 10 receiver in the top 10 is Amari Cooper. Everybody else was picked later on or later in the draft. Now, if you want to go to the quarterbacks, only if the top 11 quarterbacks, 2 of them, that's right, 2 of them were drafted outside the top draft. Tua, 1st round. Jared Goff, 1st round. Dak, 4th round. Josh Allen, 1st round. Brock Purdy, 7th round. Patrick Mahomes, 1st round. Jordan Love, 1st round. CJ Stroud, 1st round. Baker Mayfield, 1st round. Trevor Lawrence, 1st round. Matthew Stafford, 1st round. Need I say any fucking more? Okay? That's what I'm talking about. Everybody wants to tell me about finding quarterbacks all over the place and later on. Your top receivers have more guys that are not in the 1st round than the quarterbacks. What does that tell you? The probability rate of hitting on a receiver later is a lot greater than hitting on a quarterback later on in the 1st round. The statistics just proved it to you with the top 11 guys. In the top 11, 2 out of the top 11 are outside the 1st round. 2 in the entire league of passing. And you want me to go take a guy in the later rounds. Thank you very much. Thank you for giving my 20 minutes. I hope you enjoyed that, but I had to get some stuff off my chest, and I hope those graphics and stats, my analytics, as some people like to put it in perspective as to why we should get a quarterback by any means necessary and not just get a wide receiver. I know there's somebody who just said, well, y'all need to stop thinking about 2024 because that's not what this is about. It's about right now. I can't think about 2025. You can only think about what year you're in right now. Obviously, drafting a quarterback is not for this year, but you're in this year. You're in this. You're physically present to go get one. So why am I going to worry about next year's draft or next year's ideas? Which, when you get to that point, is going to be a lot more chaos than this. Oh, let's get Jared Goff. Let's do this. You're here now. Go do it. Make it happen. Thank you.
Well said. Well said. Well said. That being said, guys, we're going to move on to the WrestleMania 40 recap. Now, we have 2 great nights of action to recap. So I just think we go, like I said at the beginning of the show, thank you so much for Raphael for joining us last week, giving his predictions. And thank you guys for holding it down as well. That being said, guys, a fun weekend, if you ask me. I wasn't able to watch it live, but I was able to catch up on it this past week. And the best thing about it is I was to watch it straight, non-stop, not waiting for Sunday, and absolutely amazing. I would put it in some of my top WrestleMania moments of all time when it comes to an overall event. I would say, I as a casual fan, I love if this whole era is called the Triple H era or the Paul Heyman era, whatever his last name is era. Yeah, absolutely loved it. I say we just go, we can go night for night. And I say we take a while touching on each match. So, I was gonna have it where like you guys just explain the best moments of Saturday that you liked, but I think as a special show, we just recap match for match. So the first match to open up the night was Rhea Ripley defending her women's championship against the man Becky Lynch. Beautiful entrances on both port and all throughout the weekend. The whole production value and the entertainment value was there. And keep in mind that I'm gonna ask you guys what was your guys' favorite entrance of the weekend, what was your guys' favorite match of the weekend after we recap some matches. But as for this match, I'm gonna let Matt go first. What were you surprised at the outcome? Did you like the outcome? What was your favorite part of this match and the overall match? Just review it, just recap it. Yeah, Rhea Ripley defending her championship and walking out of WrestleMania 40, but still and defending the women's championship belt. Go right ahead, Matt.
It's a great way to start off WrestleMania. It was an absolute great way to start the show. Kick the event off. These two ladies put on an absolute banger. Rhea Ripley definitely needed this one. This was that legitimate title defense that she hasn't really truly had in this title run, that people can kind of stop saying this title she hasn't really beaten anybody and done anything. So it was good. It was good for her to get this W here at WrestleMania. Becky Lynch, props to her, the true professional that she is, went in there competing against Rhea Ripley with a 102-degree fever. I mean, and went out there and still put on a damn show, man. And under those conditions, a lot of people don't even get out of bed with the temperature that damn high. So, just props to Becky Lynch, man. And this was a great match. It was a great way to kick off the event. Like I said, these ladies went out there and put on a show, man. And Rhea Ripley, that was definitely the way to start. I needed to get this victory. So, good job.
Absolutely love it. Adam, what's your thoughts on this match?
Well, I'm excited about the result, but I missed the match because of my timing flaw. I thought the pay-per-view would start at 8. I didn't know they started at 7, so I came in thinking, oh, I got a whole hour, and I come in and I missed the match, and I was an idiot and felt so bad. And I'm like, no, I did everything I needed to do, get my kids to bed, get ready, got the popcorn ready, and I'm like, wait, why is this in the middle of it? Usually, they have those pre-matches or something like that. I'm like, that's what I thought was happening, because I ended up with the LWO match or whatever that was. And so I missed Becky Lynch, but I know Rhea Ripley won, and I saw her finish, and I think they did the right thing. This was what I thought was a passing of the torch match, an eras kind of match, even though Becky Lynch, is not as old as like a Hogan or anything like that. She's been around. She's had the belt. She's done things. She's changed the women's division. She's a legend. She will go to the Hall of Fame. Her career is not over, so she'll have a title run again at some point. Because she's just that good, and I feel like in this era with Paul Levesque, aka Triple H, he's gonna be like AEW, and he's not gonna be afraid to put the title on an old veteran like a Sting or a badass Billy Gunn, because they can still go. So if you're an older wrestler, you might want to lace up the boots again, because Triple H might give you that shot if you're hot, if you got a heat on you got the time. So I think it was the right move. I'm liking the era so far, and it was a good tone setter for the match. I think this match set the tone for basically the weekend. Not just WWE, but to have this match first, they brought the house down in the first match. So,
absolutely loved it. Absolutely loved it. Alrighty, guys, let's move on to the next match of the evening. And Adam mentioned it in his point. You know what I'm saying? He said with Triple H rewarding the veterans, that have been in the industry for a long time. The second match of the night was the ladder match for both the tag team championships, both on SmackDown
and where I came in
on War and R-Truth. You know what I'm saying? A veteran for 23 years, been with the company, and The Miz up there himself. Winning the championships, winning the War championships on that point, and then of course you have A-Town Down and Grayson Waller winning the SmackDown. But I'm gonna let Adam begin on this one. What's your thoughts on R-Truth, the Awesome Truth winning the championships? You know what I'm saying?
I think it's fun. They deserve it. 2 Hall of Famers. I mean, R-Truth may not have the championship accolades, but what he's done for the company, what he's basically been a company man. He's been the sideshow, so to speak, for the entire year. Not to mention winning the hardcore title, winning multiple tag team titles, with Gold Dust as well. With The Miz, and they were tag team champions back in the day, and to watch R-Truth, who was K-Quick back in the day, has a long career, and he's done a lot. And people don't realize that he's a good performer in the ring, and he deserves this moment. Now, I don't think they're going to hold the titles long, but this is what you do to grizzled veterans who have been with your company day in and day out. You reward them, say, hey, we want to thank you on the grandest stage of them all, and put your name in the record books and give you a match. Now, do I think they're going to have a long title reign? No, I don't. But this is kind of Triple H saying, thank you guys for doing that. As for Grayson Waller and Austin Theory, I thought it was dumb. I don't really like them yet as a tag team, and I think you could have really, if I was Triple H, what I would have done was given it to the actual or DIY or a team of that nature, because they're an actual tag team, to push the tag teams back up into the forefront. When we grew up with tag teams like Badass Billy Gunn and the Road Dogg, you had Legion of Doom, Boom, and all the Legion of Doom. You had all those great the Bushwhackers, all these great tag teams back in the early the Hardy Boys, Edge and Christian. Like, these were great tag teams, and you're developing guys. And Ciampa, and I forget who his teammate is. I think it's Matt Gargano or something like that. Those guys work their butts off, and you're not going to give them a chance, And then I think the Brawling Brutes guys were in there as well. Sometimes it's like, I don't know what you guys do. What's the point of having a tag team if you're just going to pair two wrestlers together and just always do that? But sometimes that makes it the best tag teams. I don't know if Theory and Waller have earned it for me in terms of even moving up the pecking order, but we'll see where it goes. Again, I don't think they're going to have a long title reign as well. I think they'll keep it to maybe Backlash or maybe into SummerSlam, but I don't see it. I don't see a long title reign for either tag team.
I love it. Go right ahead, Mac.
Well, I mean, it's pretty much agree with Adam, pretty much 100%, man. I do remember the Orient Express. No mess, no nets, no jets. I absolutely remember the Orient Express. But what I lost? Okay, yeah, no, yeah. I at first, initially, I was a little bit, aggravated with both the results of the tag team champion of the winners. But then more I thought about it on the Raw side. Everything Adam said, you were absolutely right, and then I came to that realization. Like, R-Truth, man, has been that guy, man. He's been that company guy. He's taken on that role of the buffoon, embarrassing himself, making an absolute fool of himself, acting like a complete blubbering idiot. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day,
Don't you love that about him, though?
But at the end of the day, he's 52. This guy's 52 years old, still in there banging around with these younger guys, man. And I mean, a 52-year-old dude in a ladder match against 5 other teams at WrestleMania, that shit right there, that says it all about the integrity of R-Truth and the fact that how he feels about this company, man. And he deserved that WrestleMania moment. He's never had a WrestleMania moment, and he deserved that moment right there. You know what I mean? It's been a long time since he's had one of the true titles, a real title other than the hardcore title. I mean, it's been a long time since he's had true WWE gold around his waist. So, I mean, the more I thought about it, I actually was pretty happy for R-Truth. He deserved that moment. And like you said, there's no way in the world they're going to have a long title reign. It's just too many way better tag teams. So,
but if that was Vince McMahon,
I don't expect them to have the titles.
Do you think Vince McMahon gives him the title?
Who knows?
No, absolutely not. What the fudge?
But R-Truth wouldn't even have been in the match. They wouldn't even have been in the match. But
I'm just saying.
But I just feel like, I feel like, as far as Waller and Theory, yeah, that was a terrible result right there. Those guys haven't even barely won a tag team match as a team. Period. I mean, they barely won a match. Hey, personally, for my personal taste, I'd rather see Theory on his own doing the solo thing. I like that kid a lot. I think he's got it. He truly has it. But I prefer him as a solo act. I don't like the fact that he's being forced into this tag team thing anyway. But they shouldn't have won. I absolutely think that those SmackDown titles should have went to either DIY or the New Catch Republic. I just think those two teams, those are the kind of teams. New Catch Republic went down to Elimination Chamber in Australia and gave Judgment Day everything they could handle over there, man. And I mean, that was a great tag team title match. One of the best tag team matches I've seen in a long time in WWE. And they were a team definitely deserving. DIY definitely also putting in that work for years. A real team, real guys that came up together in this industry, man, and they deserve that. They deserve that opportunity as well. So I know what they're going to get their opportunity down the line. It's just a matter of when. But it should have been at WrestleMania. Waller, in theory, that was a joke when having them go up there and win those SmackDown titles. And also just on this match real quick, shout out to the New Day, man, coming down the ring with the Rocky and Apollo Creed gear, man. That shit was thorough as hell, man. The only thing they could have done better, they would have came down with the music playing too, man, with the Rocky theme music playing. That shit would have been all the way fire if they did that. But nonetheless, shout out to New Day, but they've had enough title runs, so.
But see, that's what I mean. New Day. But see, that's what I mean. New Day's around, right? A legendary tag team, but we don't have nothing to show for it because
I think it just comes down to as a casual watching, you know, they see Grayson Waller and they see Tyson Fury as individual champions in about 5 to 10 years, so might as well just stack the record books with championships for the tag teams.
No, I was talking about New Day being a champion, just being a tag team, and you don't have those anymore. Like you broke up the Usos, you did all this other stuff, right? You have actual guys who are tag team who actually have a name, DIY. It's not like Theory and whatever the fucking bum and shit. Like, don't get me wrong, there've been legendary tag teams, the Rock and Sock Connection, you know, the fucking Brothers of Destruction, all that shit. I get it. But then you've also had teams like Marty Jannetty and the Rockers. You had the Bushwhackers, Orient Express. You had guys who were tag teams that deserve to do this, and we're going to put the belt on two guys who are in no man's land. Grayson Waller does the Waller effect, and that's it. And then Austin Theory has been in no man's land since Vince McMahon has been MIA'd because of all the legal troubles he's in.
And I can see something happening real, like, you know, whereas in like. Please take this lightly because I am a casual, but like I look at it like, you know, you said you don't see the Awesome Miz having the titles for that long. I think they might have the titles for at least several months. I honestly think if you look at Grayson Waller, and I don't know if Backlash is a certain company's event, that's how much of a casual I am, but I see Grayson Waller and Tyson Fury, not Tyson Fury, he's a boxer. But Austin Theory losing the titles at Backlash against a team that you brought up, like a DIY or like a legit tag team. And if you think about it too, I don't know if they're around. Like I said, I'm not trying to sound stupid, but when you look at when you just mentioned great tag teams, you look at the Creed brothers. They're coming up on NXT. I don't know if they're making more live events, you know, and more WWE events, whether it be SmackDown or WWE Monday Night War. But at the end of the day, you can see a team like that, like winning the championships fast as well, taking it off of the just the goofy, I don't know what to call them, just the goofy mofos, you know what I'm saying? And then when you have someone like Triple H running the company, you know, I could see, you know, Miz and R-Truth bringing some light if they're gonna split the championships. If that is the plan, bringing some light to the championships, kind of like what KO did for the heavyweight championship. You know what I'm saying? Not like we need to, because we all recognize what the tag team championship means. But you can honestly say, we're going to get to that match later, that the Intercontinental Championship was thrown to the side until Gunther kind of put some allegiance into that again.
Well,
you know what I'm saying? So yeah. I could totally see the Miz and R-Truth basically running a smuck and controlling the tag team division for a while, because the Awesome Truth is a good gig. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Red Verse. With that being said, go right ahead, Mac. You can start us off with this one. I'll be right back and pass it over to Adam after you're done. But we got the Mysterios going at it. This is like two Latina groups going at it. I didn't do much research on this match. I'm gonna let the boys handle it, and I'll be right back. Let's get it.
I don't have much to say about this match because it really wasn't.
It's a bathroom break match for me.
Rey Mysterio came down. Rey Mysterio came down immediately, pissed me the fuck off. Coming down with the Eagles shit on, you know, that Eagles gear, that already threw me. That put me in a mood already anyway. And then the fact that they win the match because you got a couple Eagles coming out and helping them on top of that. I mean, Jason Kelsey, Lane Johnson, come on, man, give me a break, man.
Oh,
you just threw too much Eagle shit in my face for this to be. This is WrestleMania, damn it! I don't care who's at the link. I don't need all that Eagle shit in my face when it's not necessary. I get enough of that during football season. I don't need it when I'm watching wrestling too. I mean, Jesus, Rey Mysterio. I like you, Rey Mysterio, but you came down with that gear on, and I was just immediately angry.
You did not angry. Take his Hall of Fame away.
But yeah, I mean, this match was like, whatever. It wasn't nothing special. You just what it is what it is. Nothing to even really talk about.
I love it. Go right ahead, Adam.
This match, is interesting because, like, you want to see Andrade. I think he's going to be thrown in the title picture. I like Santos a lot. I think they're gonna battle it out. They'll have a rivalry. I'm sure they'll meet up at Backlash or something. But I think these two guys you're going to start to see in that other title run, the USA title and the Intercontinental title, and those kind of title ships. Those guys are going to have Rey Mysterio. He's Rey Mysterio. This is what I'm telling you. Like, AEW has a lot of older guys. Edge, who deserves a title, has a title over there, or I don't know if he has it anymore, but he did have a title there. Samoa Joe, older wrestlers getting a chance. And if you're going to be on the roster and you're going to travel with these guys, I want you to get the chance as well. And I think Triple H has the creativity to do that. So I think Rey Mysterio will still be here and get matches. I'm done with the storyline. I don't need to see him fight his brother anymore. That's over to me. This LWO thing, either make it a faction or don't. It's kind of in limbo, although I do like watching Selena come down to ring. She's a nice addition to that team. But my point is, we need to figure it out because it's just getting annoying. And I think Dom is eventually going to leave Judgment Day. This is starting to look like where he starts to build a faction or a friendship with Santos and his group. So I think you're going to see that. But I don't really have much to say. It was kind of what I expected. It was called I call that a bathroom match. You go to the bathroom during that match, getting more snacks. Can't do that in the women's matches anymore. They're kind of fire. So
that being said, we're moving on to the next match, guys. And I have to say, if there's ever going to be someone that is going to be a Bloodline member that is going to carry a Universal Heavyweight Championship, it is going to be Jey Uso. Main event, man. I was feeling his energy walking out. You know what I'm saying? And damn, you know what I'm saying? He turned up for sure. Not only Saturday and Sunday, but we'll get to that. But I just want to say, I want to take the time to begin. Like, man, I love what he was able to do. Go solo, go by himself. The road couldn't have ended up more perfectly than the WWE universe backing him right now. You know what I'm saying? And I do see him winning the championship down the road. Like, obviously, let Cody have his moment. Let Homie have his moment as well. Damian Pierce, we'll get to that. And all these other champions that probably is gonna have the moment before Jay. But in about a couple of years, I could see Jay totally holding the strap. But that being said, I'm gonna open up the mic back to you guys. Adam, you go first on this one, and then Mac follow it, and then we'll continue. Let's get it.
I just want to say something. Main event Jey Uso is going to be a title holder sooner rather than later. There are two guys he can go after that I think he can take the title from. There's the Sami Zayn storyline, who's now your new Intercontinental Champion. I'm sorry if I spoiled it for you people, but it's been a week. This is week. Books, right?
It's been a recap.
So then you also have. So the other person is obviously you just mentioned him, Damian Priest. Again, I don't think he's going to be a long title holder, but again, we'll get to that in a minute when we get to that moment. But I think main event Jey Uso propelled himself to one of those two titles next. I think he's taken the mantle, and it's really hard. When I first saw these guys, I thought they're not going to be anything but a tag team. They're never going to be able to break up and do anything. And then the Bloodline gimmick happened. I'm like, okay, they're never going to break up. They're still, but Jey Uso has turned it around for me. Where if you took Jimmy away and just left Jey, I could get behind him.
He's selling out arenas. And I
think he's going to have the title on him because he needs to fill that moniker, Main Event Jay. And I don't think they're going to make him wait too long. He's been the tag team title with many different people. There's the Intercontinental title that there might be in play, and also Damian Priest. Who knows what storyline is going to be there as well. He does have a little bit of friction between the Judgment Day. He has been dealing with them with Cody Rhodes back in some time, so there is some type of storyline to build off of that if they want to do it. But to me, no more bloodline for him. He doesn't need it anymore. He's propelled himself. He can be a solo star, and I love it. As for Jimmy Uso, sorry, his career is going the opposite direction. I feel once the bloodline breaks up or gets closer to breaking up, I even think Solo is going to jump him at some point in the singles match. Jimmy just, I don't know what it is. I think he just takes, huh?
I think it's funny you say that.
I think Jimmy Uso needs to kind of get off of TV for a little bit and be like that missing link, and then come back again, maybe rebrand himself differently or something like that. Because right now he's losing steam. He looks like a lackey in. He's lost his match. He doesn't deliver like Main Event Jay used to deliver whenever he was in the bloodline. Solo's doing more. Solo's now screaming at Roman Reigns now, right? So there's some heat there with that guy, and he obviously, the name Solo means something. He's going to have to go solo. So Jimmy, I feel bad for you. Maybe you said take some time off and kind of rethink how you come back, because I think that's what you need.
Oh, well said. Well,
first off, I'm sorry. Yeah, this match was honestly, I look forward to this match. This is one of the matches I look the most forward to for WrestleMania weekend. And but at the end of the day, I was a little disappointed. I just felt like I wanted more. I wanted more from the match. I wanted more. I wanted it to be like,
Yeah,
I don't know. I just wanted more. I don't know. To me, it was a match I could have just watched on regular TV as far as I was concerned. To me, it just wasn't. It didn't hit on what I wanted it to hit on. But at the end of the day, like you said, Adam, Main Event Jey Uso coming up big time. Really embracing this solo thing, man. The solo career right now. I don't know how long the solo career is going to last for now. You really got to watch SmackDown to know what I'm talking about. But Jay and Jimmy may be back together sooner rather than later. That's all I got to say about that. But Jey Uso is right now currently number one contender for Damian Priest's world title, as he won that fatal four-way on Monday Night Raw this past week. So he is in line right now for a title, for an opportunity to knock off Damian Priest. I'm not sure if he'll actually get that accomplished, but right now he's definitely got he's going to be the first person to take on Damian Priest for that title, man. Jimmy Uso right now, it's like, I don't know, it's weird. He hasn't really been able to gain traction, like the way Jay has as a solo act, man. It just hasn't really come together for him, unfortunately, man. And really hasn't worked out. And Jey Uso, he just really took it by storm. I think, I don't know. I want to see Jey Uso kind of still flourish as a singles competitor, but the way things are looking, I don't know. They may be back at it. The brothers may be riding together again soon. But like I said, I don't want to tell you too much if you haven't seen SmackDown yet tonight, Adam. But yeah, this match to me, I mean, like I said, I left me just wanting a little bit more. Like, I just wanted to see, I don't know, I wanted to see like that Bret Hart, Owen Hart type of classic, between brothers, and I just didn't get that in this match, man. Unfortunately, man. But Jey Uso was definitely the right one. You needed heat, was the right one to win. His heat is through the roof right now.
Absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. All right, guys, as we move on, now I do have to say, Mac, you have been getting the short end of the stick with these matches, but don't worry, you're gonna go first on the main event, so you're gonna have that one. But I apologize with the next match as well. But it was a good one if you like the tag team. That being said, Mac, go first on recapping the second tag team match we had with Cade making her WWE appearance, I guess her in-ring action. She's probably been wrestling a couple of times, but her big main event ring action. And then she was teamed with Naomi and Bianca Belair. That being said, going against the Judgment Day. What's your thoughts on this match? Let's get it.
And once again, not a lot of thoughts on this one because it was just did exactly what they wanted it to do. It just made Jade Cargill like an absolute superhero. So, that's mission accomplished. Unfortunately, the one big travesty in this match is Asuka, one of the best women in this company, period, point blank and period, it has never won a WrestleMania match ever. She's 0-6 now, I believe, at WrestleManias. And it's just, to me, that's just ridiculous. They got to break this streak for a breaking pattern like Asuka. There's no way.
Didn't she have a long streak at some point?
0-6 record. When she was in NXT, she never ever lost in NXT ever. She was undefeated her whole entire time at NXT and had to just relinquish the title because no one could beat her. But still, that was years ago. The point is, she's never won a WrestleMania match, and that's 0-6 at WrestleMania for a competitor like her is just a travesty to me. So I think WWE owe Asuka a big time receipt. Hopefully next year, get that thing right, and she gets on the winning. Gets a win at WrestleMania because this match is all about Jade Cargill. Let's face it, that's what it was all about. Mission accomplished. She was like this. She went in there. When she got in the match, she cleaned house. Boom, 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 dominant, and she won. Okay, but I think we owe Asuka a receipt because it's just ridiculous now. At this point, you just keep putting her in WrestleMania matches and having her lose to people that she's flat out better than. I'm sorry. When that bell rang, Asuka was the best wrestler in the ring, and yet this is what we get.
At least she has the tag title, I guess, right? That's the consolation prize, I guess you call it. I just like Jade Cargill.
I guess so.
I liked her in AEW. She was always fascinating. Her Storm look kind of, I guess, I gravitated towards. She was a badass there. I didn't get to watch AEW as much, and then I heard she was coming with WWE, and I was like, oh man, wow. And she's come in with a bang, absolute superstar. She is the women's division. I just feel like this woman is box office. You're going to see her for a long, long time. I mean, Bianca Belair, I thought was going to be that person. Jade Cargill is that. The presence, the aura, the way she walks in, the way she dominates. She's got it all to be a Charlotte Flair type of champion. Okay, I don't know if they'll do that for her, but that's what it's going to be for me. When I watch her, I just think of the greats of the guys of the men's division who have held the title. She's got that aura. She is the it girl. And while I do like Bianca's got to go back to being evil now. Somebody's got to be that counterpoint. Someone's got to be like that. If it's Jade, fine. But Naomi, okay, you're all right. I respect Naomi, what she's done. And this match, I don't really have much to say. It just was kind of one of those filler matches where, you're just trying to feature some of your superstars to get them airtime. Asuka, Jade Cargill, those are two of your big heavy hitters, and you're getting them out there. So not really much to say.
I just missed the Kelly and the Candice Michelle days. Shout out to Jade and shout out to Rhea Ripley, but
the lingerie matches are far.
Shout out to Liv Morgan. She's keeping that alive. She's pretty cute. Well, that being said,
you want to see a bra and panties match again?
I mean, like with the Triple H.
Who's running the show here? We know why. We may have some reason why he might be in trouble if you look at some of the content that's been thrown out there. My God, we're not going down that road.
I'm just saying, we're
not going down that road.
But that being said, we're gonna.
And no, those women couldn't wrestle as well as these women.
Definitely, the Stacy Keeblers of the
no, they could not.
What I'm talking about.
You had like two.
Obviously, they couldn't compete this day and age. They could not compete this day and age. But so can be said about UFC fighters. There you go. That being said, though, let's move on. Adam, you're gonna break down this one because I know this one is a big one, and then Mac, I promise you're gonna get the main event. I know you've been getting all these tag team matches, but trust me, you're gonna get the main event. But go right ahead, Adam, break it down. Sami Zayn doing the impossible. What? If you could bet on the WWE, this guy would be plus 2,000 odds And he did it. He did it. So Adam, you begin.
This
And
probably should have went to Mac because this was his guy.
well, Mac, you can go on this too if Adam wants to be generous.
Because he was talking about Sami Zayn. So
go right ahead, Mac.
Well, look, this to me was the best match of night one right here. This was the match of the night for night one right here. This match right here was an absolute slobber knocker. Sami Zayn going toe to toe with Gunther, man.
Yeah.
The ultimate underdog, man. The ultimate. He's just the ultimate underdog coming into this match. Didn't even really give himself a shot. And to go in there and took Gunther's best shot. Man, it was one point in this match where Gunther gave Sami Zayn 2 of his patented power bombs that he finishes people off with just one, and Sami Zayn was still kicking out, man. It was just like, this was like the epitome of Rocky for real. This match right here was like the epitome of Rocky. He had his wife sitting right there in the front. His wife sitting there in the front. Yo, Adrian, whatever his wife's name is. I don't know what his wife's name is. But she was just, and it was just like, he was just taking everything Gunther could give him. And he just finally got back up and was able to just finish Gunther off, man. And it was, this was a beautiful moment for Sami Zayn. Back-to-back years, leaving WrestleMania with the gold, man, and it's just really super dope experience. I mean, Gunther had an amazing Intercontinental title run. He really put that title back on the map. He put it back on the map big time. It's now like, I mean, it's always had that prestige to be in the Intercontinental title. You know, a lot of great people over the years have held that belt. But Gunther did something special to it, man. He really brought it back. And the title run, 666 days. It's just, I don't think we'll see it. We may not see anybody touch that number anytime soon in the near future, man. I mean, I expect him to be probably all TV for a little bit, take a little break, go spend some time with the kid and the wife and the kids, you know what I mean? And get back, and he'll be back in the mix, man. And I think maybe Money in the Bank or something like that, go win that Money in the Bank ladder match and become the new holder of the briefcase, and then that's just would not want to be either one of the champions with Gunther holding on to that briefcase, man.
No way.
So at the end of the day, man, I expect to see that in his future, because he did this with the Intercontinental title. Now trying to put him up into the big time main event picture, into the big time, world.
If he doesn't win Money in the Bank, he's winning Royal Rumble.
Sami Zayn. Yeah, Sami Zayn, congratulations to Sami Zayn, man. This was a great match. Like I said, he took Gunther's best shot and kept getting back up. He just kept getting back up. He would not be denied. This was the epitome. This was like it was like the real life Rocky story of WrestleMania right here. Was this match, man? It was absolutely awesome. Gunther was like Drago, and Sami Zayn obviously just Rocky. Like I said, wife sitting right up front there, man. The whole time I was just waiting for Yo Adrian. You know what I mean? That would have been just great, man. That would have been great, man. Yeah, props to Sami Zayn. This was definitely a match, to me, the best match of night one. Absolutely great stuff there.
Love it. Go right ahead, Adam.
Well done, Mac. I just want to give a shout out to Sami Zayn. If you look at his career, I doubted him a little bit because I thought he was thrust into this match. Kind of like, I wouldn't say last minute, because Gabe had the story, and Gabriel was doing all the stuff, taking all the matches. So I thought maybe he would be that guy, but Sami deserves his title. He should have probably won the title against Roman Reigns last year. That would have been an awesome thing to do, right? He had so much heat. He was like Jey Uso of last year. That's why I think Jey Uso is going to do it. He's like Daniel Bryan right now. He's climbing up that ladder. We'll see what happens there. But Sami Zayn, you deserve it, man. That's what they chanted. You deserve it. This is a title that you need to hold. It will get you in the main event and get you some good matches. I think he'll have a run. I don't think there are going to be any more long runs, past the year anymore with the Triple H era going on. I don't think you're going to see Roman Reigns type runs or Gunther type runs anymore, or even a Seth Rollins type run, except for maybe Cody Rhodes, just because of what he went through. But I just think that, Sammy's going to hold the title, and hopefully this is bigger and better things for him, for his career. A lot of Intercontinental champions have been champions. Shawn Michaels, Razor Ramon, to name a couple. There's obviously a few guys that have done it in the modern era now. Seth Rollins was it. I thought Seth Rollins winning the title recently and then losing to Gunther at some point kind of brought it back, because Seth Rollins at that point needed a title, so you gave him the Intercontinental and you gave it to a guy that needed to go, which was Gunther. And then Gunther obviously carried the mantle after Rollins, and where Rollins' career went. But good job for you, Sammy. Enjoy that, and you deserve it.
Well said, well said, well said. So what we're gonna do, guys, is we're probably gonna just blend night 1 and night 2 main events together. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have Adam keep the mic, and I want Adam to break down this match. We had Seth Rollins going against Drew McIntyre. What a great match, but obviously the ending is what really captivated our minds. But go right ahead, Adam, and I'll be right back.
This match I'm going to talk about because, folks, if you were listening to last week's Premium Takes, I kind of guessed a semi-outcome to this event. Matt can vouch for it. But we have Seth Rollins, we have Drew McIntyre, the main event. Not the main event, but to start the show. I thought it was a good way to start the show. It was a good match fought by both of them. They really made Drew McIntyre earn it. Seth Rollins puts on a great show. He is the Macho Man of our era. Okay, if you want to talk about a guy who has a bigger than life personality with his garb, and who's a technician, and who was a guy that probably shouldn't be a heavyweight but is a heavyweight, that was Macho Man. That's Seth Rollins. To me, they're kind of the same blend of athlete. And as you know, Macho Man was a title holder as well. Great champion. I think Seth Rollins is like that. Drew McIntyre, I think, has had a lot of ups and downs with WrestleMania, with wrestling. And he was a title holder. I thought it was a very good one. I thought he had a chance to win the title against Roman Reigns in his hometown. And I'm glad that he got his WrestleMania moment. What I knew was going to happen was what happened at the end. So they put on this great match. I think Seth Rollins even stomps him on a table, but there's like 3 claymores exchange. 1, 2, 3, and of course the lovely Samantha, and your new heavyweight champion Drew McIntyre, who then sees CM Punk, who's guest commentating, and kind of provokes Punk. Now I don't know if Punk is healed or cleared to heal, or this is kayfabe or whatever, or this is planned. I don't know, but it was a great ending. Obviously, CM Punk had enough of Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre obviously thinks he has the advantage because now he has the title and CM Punk can't do anything. CM Punk obviously beats him up and kind of, puts a damper on Drew McIntyre's parade. Then, of course, the Judgment Day music hits. Damian Priest runs down to the ring. He cashes in, he Falcon in, choke slams Seth Rollins, and Drew McIntyre, 1, 2, 3, and Drew. CM Punk has now cost Drew McIntyre the title, which I thought was going to happen at some point. And I also called Damian Priest cashing in. Damian Priest deserves this moment. Again, interesting cash in. I didn't know if he was going to win. Max said didn't think he was going to win. I thought, why give the title? This is where it could happen, and here we are. I thought it was a great match overall. I thought it was a nice surprise. I thought all 3 guys got their moment. Seth Rollins got to kind of ride off, I wouldn't say into the sunset, but he was over already, and you can tell passing of the torch for a new era. He's glad to move over. Drew McIntyre got his moment amongst the fans, and now we have a new champion in Damian Priest, where I think this makes the title up for grabs, as I think Drew McIntyre is now going to fully go after CM Punk, and I think they'll probably have a match at Backlash if he's healthy.
Well said, well said. Go right at
Absolutely. Give me one. My fault. Yeah, this match was absolutely. It was a great match. Seth Rollins has been a great champion. He's done some great work. Last title holder Drew McIntyre was absolutely owed that receipt of winning this match, getting to win the title in front of an actual crowd, in front of an audience. But at the end of the day, this CM Punk thing is turned into something much bigger, man. And he got to enjoy 5 minutes as the champion. So
I love the swerve.
Priest came there. I mean, the Punk getting up, taking off his brace, beating the hell out of Drew McIntyre. Damian Priest coming down and finally cashing that briefcase in. And Damian Priest has been, some people questioning whether he's really truly deserving of being in the world champion. I think he absolutely is. Damian Priest has worked his ass off for the NW.
He may never get another shot.
And it's not like he's not like some young spring chicken. He's not some new WWE. He's not some WWE homegrown talent. You know what I mean?
Right.
Damian Priest has had a career outside of WWE before he was in WWE. So people get that kind of thing mixed up, like he's some kind of, wet behind the ear guy that doesn't really deserve the opportunity. He's put in work for years and years, man. And a story came out earlier this week about Damian Priest. About 10 years ago, he was homeless, bro. Homeless. Working security for WWE. And now look at him now, man, holding that title up, man. So shout out to Damian Priest, ultimately in the end, being able to cash in that Money in the Bank briefcase, man.
He deserves it. I mean, when you have a guy that holds a title like that, it allows for more storylines because it's not like a Seth Rollins, right? Seth Rollins is bigger than life. It's hard for you to put an opponent against him to kind of take the title from him, right? Now you don't necessarily need a Drew McIntyre to take the title away. You can now feature some of your younger stars, and I'm hoping that Triple H sees that and he gives it to the right thing. And what I know about Triple H is he understands that the audience, unlike a certain owner for a team that we like, he listens to the audience and he gives the audience what they want because that's what they're paying for. And so I'm sure whoever the next person is that they can get behind, they might be in that title picture at some point as well.
Well said. That being said, guys, we're going to just touch on this as a team, and then we're going to let Matt go first on both. This one and then the next one, because Mac is just getting luck of the draw with all these tag team matches. That being said, we have, Bubba Ray appearing as a special guest referee with Snoop Dogg, the Golden Champion. And we have Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits winning the street fight against the Final Testament. How you boys feel about this? Go ahead, Matt.
12 tickets to Crayola Factory.
I mean, once again, this match here. It was kind of fun. He had some fun moments in here. The whole, channeling the Dudley Boys thing doing. The Dudley Boys, what's up? It was fun. He got a good time. But as far as from some seriousness, Final Testament, man. Look, Karrion Kross. I don't know what's going on, but he just can't. He cannot find his way in WWE. I probably think he needs to probably just look for employment elsewhere, man, and get his career back on track. Because I just don't understand what's going on. They need to just win so much more than Lashley and the Street Profits as far as moving forward. AOP, like what happened to them in this match? I mean, Montez Ford did a tope suicide to him, took them both out, and they were never to be seen anymore the rest of the match. I have no idea. It became pretty much a 3-on-1 handicap match between Lashley and the Profits against Karrion Kross. So, of course, they took him out, won the match. Nothing really all that great, like I said. But nothing all that great. But at the end of the day, it was kind of fun. It had some entertaining moments.
Well said. We're going to let Adam say a few things about this match.
Why?
Because some of the basketball words.
Adam, if you want to say a few things about this match, you get
it. It's no.
Alrighty. As we move on. Alrighty, so Mac, you're gonna go right ahead, and you're gonna recap this AJ Styles versus LA Knight match. I think this was a pretty good match, being that these are two superstars. LA Knight, a little bit of a newer superstar, but you got AJ Styles, a proven veteran of the game. What's your thoughts on this match? Go right ahead, Mac.
I mean, yeah, it was a good match for what it was. Once again, me being a big fan of both of these guys. AJ Styles currently, he's like he's my favorite current talent. I mean, in the wrestling period right now, I'm just a big AJ Styles fan. LA Knight's a guy I also like a lot. Big fan of. And yeah, they put on a good show, good match. LA Knight right now, I think he needed this. AJ Styles has had a couple title runs along the way, along his WWE tenure. You know, he's AJ Styles. You know what I mean? And he's done a lot. He's got a lot accomplished. LA Knight hasn't really gotten much accomplished at all here in WWE, and right now his stock is high, man. And he's been putting on great matches. And I think he did deserve to get this W, as much as it pains me to say, because AJ Styles, like I said, is my guy. But LA Knight, I think this was the right result for sure. It was a great match, and I really enjoyed this one. I mean, for what it was worth.
Lovely, lovely. Yeah, I have to say, dude, I honestly agree with you, man. If you really think about it, a superstar that after John Cena retired and Batista went into movies, and Triple H became like a executive and all this kind of stuff. Everybody that I grew up watching kind of branched out. The only mofo that's still there is Randy Orton, and we'll talk about him in just a bit. But that being said, I grew attachment to your Finn Balor's of the world when he the pre-Judgment Day days, and then of course AJ Styles. To see AJ Styles lose is horrid, but I love to see him, kind of not really pass the baton, because he's still going to be around, and he still is aiming at a championship hopefully soon. But to see him kind of put LA Knight over, not like he needed it, but LA Knight already has the fans behind him. He's the guy that, when I mentioned earlier about main event Jey Uso, I can see him getting the championship soon as well. And that being said, great match and fun for the fans. Adam, if you're there, I would love to hear your opinion. Let's get it.
Yeah, LA Knight winning was needed. AJ Styles is obviously a Hall of Famer. I think he should be in the title picture. I always think he should be in the title picture. That's how great of a player, that wrestler that AJ Styles is. He's he's that guy, right? And LA Knight is up and coming, and hopefully he'll get a bit of a push. This is a guy that I think deserves a title of some sort. He put on a good show with Roman Reigns and the Bloodline. He can be a main eventer. I wouldn't say it's necessarily a passing of the torch match, because both LA Knight and AJ Styles have been doing this almost the same amount of time. AJ Styles has been brought up a little earlier in WWE than LA Knight. So, but LA Knight deserves his shot at being a guy. That's why I think the Damian Priest winning allows guys like LA Knight, different blood, different faces to get a title, while you let the Cody Rhodes story do whatever the Cody Rhodes story does and give him a kind of a lengthy title run and be the face of the company for a little bit. Right, you'll have that title. Then eventually, when Cody does lose the title, I don't think he's going to have I don't know how long of a reign he has, but he'll probably have a good, 9 months at least, to kind of establish himself, because they're probably going to want to keep it on him since he's their new face. But I think LA Knight deserves a new USA title, the Intercontinental title, or even the heavyweight title. He's that good. The crowd loves him. He's what I would say is the modern day Rock. Right, like I don't think he's that much of a star, but he's kind of that kind of personality. Very good on the mic, very good wrestler, and it just is blazing his own path. And I enjoy watching him. He brings the fun back to wrestling. So, and I love AJ Styles. So, and you're muted.
Absolutely love it. Alrighty, as we move on to the next match, we had Logan Paul. Why did I say Jake? Logan Paul defending his Universal Championship strap against Kevin Owens and Randy Orton. Sorry. Yeah, I said Intercontinental USA strap. That being said, I'm gonna just take a moment here. Absolutely love that Randy Orton is just still in it as a veteran of the game, still going out there, still putting on for the next generation. You know what I'm saying? Kevin Owens, a fan favorite, one of my favorite wrestlers, right alongside AJ Styles. You know what I'm saying? He's a guy that is just a workhorse for the company. Like Adam said, with Damian Priest winning the championship, with Cody Rhodes winning the championship, with Triple H being involved more and being ahead of this, it's his era. You're not going to see these prolific reigns, these 500 plus day reigns. You have someone like Kevin Owens that is always going to be in championship conversation. But at the end of the day, I love, this match as a whole, of them just kind of, putting Logan Paul on in a sense. He's taking it serious. I'm not a huge fan of the Paul brothers, but what he has done, what he has accomplished, in the WWE is certainly Triple H rewarding him for his hard work. You know, this guy is at the institution, putting in the hard hours. You know what I'm saying? Really taking it serious. When at first we all thought it was a joke. We all thought like, "Yo, motherfucker, you're not gonna put in the time. You're not gonna put in the hours." And look at him putting in time, putting in hours. Of course, he's not putting in as much as like people like Kevin Owens and people like Randy Orton that put in years, but at least he's trying. And to have an influencer like IShowSpeed show up, and that whole little debacle with Randy Orton, I absolutely love. That's why I love Randy Orton staying relevant, staying hip, staying cultured. You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously, this guy is fucking 40, bro. He's 40 and he's still, staying relevant with these young influencers. Like, I'm not a huge fan, but we all, if you don't know, Speed grew up on his whole streaming platform, getting stupid, outrageous, boiking at people and shit. And to see Randy Orton fucking boiking him back and do the RKO on him was absolutely love it. It just shows that Randy Orton is cultured, and he hasn't gone Hollywood. We see all these superstars going fucking Hollywood, and Randy Orton is just a consistent fucking veteran, still putting on for the WWE. And regardless what anybody says, best believe give this guy a fucking championship before he retires, and it's not going to be the United States Championship. But that being said, I'm gonna pass the mic over to Adam. I believe he goes first on this one. And shout out to Kevin Owens, dude. Like, always putting in fucking the work, always the fucking blue collar worker for the WWE. So hopefully Kevin Owens gets his one day. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to Logan Paul too for taking it serious and actually getting rewarded in the end. But go right ahead, Adam.
I think Triple H knows what he's doing. He's got a partner with a Prime brand, and this guy actually can go in the ring. And that's the difference between many celebrities, is he actually is a natural in the ring, or semi-natural in the ring, very athletic, and he's taking it serious. And the wrestlers know he's taking it serious. That's why they're putting on good shows with him. That's why they're allowing him to do the moves on him and win the brass knuckles. He is a champion because of his social media following. I think the USA Champion's a championship that you can give him, and he can kind of fall in the back. He can kind of show up whenever he needs to show up, bring his followers, give you the pop that you need, and eventually he's going to lose the title. He was put in a match with two legends, or I wouldn't say legends, at least one legend and a Hall of Famer. They're both Hall of Famers, but Kevin Owens not the star that Randy Orton is, but he's a star nonetheless. And I think being in the ring with those two guys helps elevate you to say that you're a serious person in this business, because those two guys are pretty serious. They won many championships across the board between Randy Orton and Kevin Owens combined. So to be in the ring with those two guys, I think Triple H believes in him. And I think Logan Paul brings a different element that the WWE hasn't seen, a different audience, so to speak. An audience that may not have been into wrestling, or may have been into wrestling but got out of it because, they thought it was fake or predetermined. And now their leader is now doing it. So I think it's a good marketing gimmick. The good thing is Logan Paul is a great heel, and not only is he a great heel, but he puts on a show. And at the end of the day, that's what you want. And he's held the belt. He's put on some fantastic matches. When he is here, he does show up occasionally on the weekend, so he's not like a part-time guy, but he's working hard at this. And I don't know if this is the end game for him, or if this is something he really wants to do, but we'll see what his career turns out to be, because I don't want to anoint him a champion at some point, but I can easily see this guy, if he decides to take a hiatus from social media, put in the work, he could end up he's got the look of a champion that they kind of gravitate towards. I'm not going to put that on him yet, because I don't know if he's serious, but at least he's serious now, and congratulations to him, and good show.
Go right ahead, Matt. Well said, Adam.
No, I'd say he's pretty serious. I'd say he's pretty serious because of the work he does in the ring. Feel how you want about Logan Paul. I'm definitely not a fan by no means. Him, his brother, whoever this KSI guy is, whoever this Speed guy is, I don't even know who the hell they are. So I still don't know who the hell they are. You just told me their names, and I still don't know who the fuck they are. But anyway, nonetheless, what he does when he gets in the ring is something you got to respect and commend, man. He's in there mixing it up with guys like Randy Orton and Kevin Owens. These guys have been doing this for years. These guys have been doing for years what Logan Paul has just kind of jumped on the scene the last couple of years. and got himself kind of mixed in with, and he's putting in good work. And this match was an absolute banger. It was a great match. I think giving Logan Paul this moment at WrestleMania, getting a big win against guys of this caliber. Like you said, both of these guys are surefire future Hall of Famers. No doubt, and there's absolutely no doubt about that. So it's just amazing to watch Logan Paul work in the ring and see how good, how naturally good he truly is, man. And it's just like I said, it's just a testament of hard work can do for you.
And it doesn't bother me.
Feel any way you want about the kid.
Like as a celebrity.
And this that frog splash, the frog splash to finish this match
off. God. Oh my God.
On Kevin Owens. That was textbook, man. It was textbook.
10 feet in the air or something like that, man.
Flawlessly executed, and it was just great, man. Great to see. So
he's very athletic.
Great effort, man. Great match, man. Kevin Logan Paul is still your United States champion, and we'll see what's next for him, man.
Absolutely love it. And a lot of people do not remember, but both him and Jake was wrestlers in Ohio, big time wrestlers before they decided to move out to LA and become social media influencers.
So that's maybe why he's a bit of a natural then.
I think so. And that's why I think they can go and box and do all these athletic sports, because you got to understand that they grew up in the middle of Ohio. I wouldn't say in the middle of Ohio, but rural Ohio, just fighting all the time as brothers, growing up as WWE fans, growing up as Horsemen fans, and then all of a sudden the YouTube train hits and they move out to Los Angeles and become big-time influencers with big-time money. But at the end of the day, the grassroots always remain. And that's why I think Adam said it perfectly. I think he's a natural, and Max said it perfectly as well. If he continues, the sky is the limit. The sky is the limit. Shout out for him as well, and Adam brought this up earlier. Shout out for him as well for, I honestly think, you see it in UFC events, but I honestly think that was the first time a logo was actually placed on the canvas. I don't know if he gave up his whole purse and a bag to get that logo placed, because that's big time marketing. It's WrestleMania weekend, guys. We've seen how much tickets were sold, not yet alone how much pay-per-views, not yet alone how much bars and movie theaters bought the event as well. But to get your Prime logo in the center of the ring 2 nights in a row, that has to be major marketing. That being said, not even endorsed by Prime, but that being said,
I think they're partners. I think they cornered the market on main events, or pay-per-views. So it'll be in the ring at least for pay-per-views. So, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, it's not like he's some, executive that's winning the title and is a sniveling jerk. He actually can wrestle. So I don't know. I just don't know where he's going to go with it. I enjoy watching his matches. He puts on a fantastic show. And I just hope that he continues. I hope he's just not like a jerk and says, fuck this, I'm done, and kind of see where I want to see where he takes it. I mean, he obviously he's a social media influencer. He doesn't really need to do it, but, finish what you start, kid. Finish what you start.
Absolutely. Before we move on to, the Women's Championship match, which I'm going to have Adam start it off again, and then Mac, we're going to give you the story for the main event. I just want to ask you guys, what was your guys' favorite entrance of the night? I'm going to start it off. I don't know why it was. I just thought it was so out of the fucking box, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? But when Seth Rollins came out for night number 2, I'm like, what is going on here? This is so much for me, so different. But I love the energy of that. Go right ahead, guys. Matt, what was your favorite entrance?
You just said what it was right there. Seth Rollins coming down with the Mummers Band in tow, man. It was like at the Mummers Parade at WrestleMania, man. Super dope. Something that's Philadelphia. The heart of Philadelphia, man. The Mummers Band. So I thought that was really cool, man. Super dope. And so that was my favorite entrance of the night, man.
I thought
Seth
Rollins. Love it.
That shit was dope.
I thought it was very interesting. I loved Cody Rhodes. Entrance when he came in. I'm like, wow, this is big time. Like all the entrances are big time. It really was a pageantry event. They really brought some of the pageantry back like the first one was, where they had the woman, and all the hoopla and stuff. And I thought that was good with the entrances, and I hope they do that going forward to WrestleMania, because it is a pageantry. It's a showcase of the Immortals for a reason, and you don't get a moniker like that for being dumb, right, or being stupid. It's like when Shawn Michaels came descending down from the heavens and Undertaker came from the top of the ring, from the bottom of the ring, from the hell. It was one of those type of things. So I thought it was pretty cool, the Cody Rhodes entrance, Seth Rollins blew it away for me. I was just like, this guy is insane. Like the entire thing that they did, it was just insane. And then Becky Lynch's entrance, I mean, not Becky Lynch, Rhea Ripley's entrance was pretty cool as well. Them playing her live entrance music coming into the ring. So I thought that was interesting as well. So
absolutely. I know you made a mistake there, but speaking of Bayley, her entrance was kind of, I believe, dedicated to a neighborhood that she used to grow up by, as said as the announcer. But that being said, let's move on, guys. We have Io Sky versus Bayley. The damage control that basically turned her back on Bayley, and Bayley had to stand up for herself, and went in there and captured her moment, had her WrestleMania moment. But I'm gonna give the mic over to Adam, and let's talk about it. I'll be right back.
I think this was a good match. I think it was a match that was needed. Bayley deserved this match. She deserved this. She's a babyface now again. She's come a long way. I think people like me didn't appreciate her as much, even though she did so much for the company, as you so eloquently illustrated last week, Mac, about her being a workhorse and just putting in the work and doing whatever was asked of her to do when she was there. And I think a lot of people got rewarded. And that's what you need when you got this. You need to have people like her. Bayley's title runs are quiet title runs because she's never really on the grandest stage, right? And here she is, finally on the grandest stage, finally getting her match, and I think she deserves to be there, and I hope she has a decent run. Io Sky, she had a decent run. But to me, Io Sky, while she put on a great match, I thought this was the best match I thought Io Sky has been a part of. I just think she had her moment. I don't know if she'll ever be back in the championship, but we'll see. I did enjoy watching Io Sky, and I thought more of her in this match. I was like, wow. She does have a personality. I think she needs to break away a little bit more from Damage Control and kind of have more solo matches like this, so you can really feature her, because you don't realize how talented she is because she doesn't always put up the belt, right? But Bayley, I think, was a great turn of events, and she deserves it. And that's what my thoughts on the match, Mac.
Well said.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it was a good women's title match. Bayley is definitely owed this receipt. Like I said, this was her first singles WrestleMania match, which is like just.
Didn't she come back at WrestleMania last year?
More and more ridiculous. Nah, when she came back, it was SummerSlam 2022.
Oh, right. That was a long run.
But, but this was just, this was something that needed to be done. Bayley, one of the original four horsewomen, man. Like I feel like she's the one that keeps getting pushed to the back. You know what I mean? To the back of the line, like she's the stepchild amongst those four or something. And this was definitely an ode to her. I mean, it's not. I have nothing. I'm a big Io Sky fan. I'm a big time. I knew the talent of her. She'll be back in the title picture another time down the line here. You know what I mean? Because she's just that level of talent. She's too good not to be. So her time will come once again some other time down the line. Who knows? I mean, this might not really be finished for Bayley for right now. You don't know how this can go. And we'll see what's next for Io Sky, but this is definitely Bayley's time, like you said, back on the babyface side of things, and that's kind of always been the more natural role for Bayley anyway. I mean, I understand she wanted to test the waters and do that heel thing for a few years, and she actually did embrace it and made it believable. But I think naturally Bayley is this is where we like to see Bayley. Now I don't want to necessarily see the hugger come. I don't want to see that. But I At the same time, I think she's a natural fit as a baby face, and I think she'll have a nice pretty long sustained title run here. I think she's going to take this title possibly even back to WrestleMania.
Oh wow, wall to wall, huh?
And I think we're going to see some really good work, some really good Bayley work going forward right now, man.
See, I do think there'll be long title reigns in the women's side of the championships, but the men's side, I don't think they'll be as long because there's just so many people that need to get a title shot. So the women, I think you can play around with it and you can make matches and build more storylines. So ladies might have the title a little longer than the men. So, but Jade Cargill will have a title at some point. Bayley, Rhea, watch out. How come they don't have a women's intercontinental title? Doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, just getting that they need to do make a women's mid-card title for sure.
Well said. Well, that being said, guys, we have moved to the final match. Like you said, we're gonna capture the whole of Saturday's main event and of Sunday's main event in one discussion. Obviously Saturday's main event, determined. I'm sorry. Let me slow down here. Determined the outcome of Sunday's match, and obviously it couldn't have gone more perfectly than it did. I do want to say though, shout out to Triple H and the WWE for putting on. I believe it's like one of the fifth longest event in WWE history for as WrestleMania standards. What's up, Unpopular? Thank you so much for joining us this evening. But yeah,
bro.
Let's get into it, guys. A lot to get into. Like I said, Saturday was long. It's a 44-minute match. Determine what happens on Sunday. And can we just say, man, what a time to be a WWE fan. As a casual fan, I just want to say, man, it was one of the best WWE. I'm gonna just say it was the best main event for a WWE show I watched for a very, very long time, if not the best. And I almost teared up. The emotion, the overwhelming feeling that I got when Cody Rhodes wrapped that strap around him. But I'm gonna let the hardcores get to it because I know they want to talk about it. So go right ahead, Mac. The floor is yours, my friend. Cody Rhodes is now your WWE Universal Champion. What's your thoughts on it?
Well, let's go back to night one. First and foremost, those fucking ring entrances were absolutely ridiculous. It took 20 minutes to get these four guys into the damn ring just to be able to even start the match. Okay, so that was out of pocket already as it was in itself. And then after that, you have a 45-minute match. After those long-ass ring entrances, you have a 45-minute match. However, you got 45 minutes of action. 45 minutes of absolute action. I thought the Bloodline rules was on the line for Sunday. That match on Saturday night was a fucking Bloodline where they were doing whatever the hell they wanted to. You had Rock threatening the referee if he counted Roman Reigns out. I mean, it was just absolutely madness in this match on Saturday night. But we knew what the result was going to be. You knew they were going to stack that deck against Cody for Sunday night, man. And that was just without a shadow of doubt. Seth Rollins, man, once again, I'm going to just say Seth Rollins, I'm pretty sure is taking a well-deserved break right now currently because this man had a title run, a really good title run. Unlike Roman Reigns, was actually defending his title consistently week in, week out. So he's a little banged up. He definitely needs to take a little bit of time off, get his body back together before he comes back out there and gets back in the mix again. But this match was, we knew Roman and The Rock were going to pull this off on Saturday night and force the Bloodline rules on Cody for night two. But The Rock, man, let's face it, man, it's been like 8 years since he's been in the ring, and I'm gonna tell you what, man, Rock's in phenomenal shape. Rock, and he was still mixing it up and moving around like the Rock of old, man. He was looked like he didn't lose a beat, man. And so I got to give props to the Rock, man. He's another, like 50-something year old guy, man, out there mixing up with these younger guys, and I mean, just props to The Rock, man. That was great stuff from him. But that main event Sunday night, man, that was it right there. That's where it all, you know what I mean? It just summed it up for Cody. The story finally able to finish the damn story. This match, I thought they had a pretty good match last year at WrestleMania. This match topped that shit by far. Not just because of the result, just because it was just a flat out even better match. I mean, This was another one, kind of like what I just said about Sammy and Gunther, another kind of Rocky story in a bench. Cody had it all against him, man. The bloodline, they all obviously came down, got in the mix. Jimmy Uso came down. Jey Uso came down, took his ass out. The Rock came down. The Undertaker came down, took his ass out. Seth Rollins comes down with the Shield music, distracts Roman, makes Roman channel that betrayal back in the day, that like 10 years ago, as a matter of fact, 2014, that betrayal when Seth Rollins hit him, bashed him in the back with the chair when he left the Shield, broke the Shield up, and Roman Reigns just couldn't help himself, man. And that distraction was all it took, man, for Cody to get that upper hand and hit him with 3 consecutive crossroads and put Roman Reigns down 1, 2, 3, man. Finishing the story. And that's what it was all about for Cody Rhodes, man. Super dope match. What a way to kick the end WrestleMania. What that just shows. Look, night 1 was all right. In my opinion, I enjoyed night 1, but night 2 knocked it out the damn park, man. Night 2, top to bottom. I really enjoyed pretty much every match on night 2. I didn't really have a problem with anything. I mean, that street fight match, that was kind of like I said, kind of whack. But at the end of the day, at least it had some entertaining moments to take away from it. So, but yeah, this main event was definitely, man, Cody Rhodes. He earned every bit of this, man. He definitely deserved this moment. It's been a long time. He's had a hell of a career. WWE owed him this receipt just for making him be a character called Stardust. Just that alone, WWE has owed him this receipt for a long time. You know what I mean? So I'm just happy for the kid, happy for Cody Rhodes, man. And it was a great match. That Roman Reigns, that horrible Roman Reigns title run is over with and done.
You thought
He's no longer holding that stronghold on that title. And now you got a champion that will actually be out here defending that title on TV, on pay-per-views, more than a couple of times a year. You got a legit guy that's going to be putting that title on the line. And we'll see how long he holds on to it, man. I think it's going to be a nice run for him because he's worked too damn hard.
He's the face right now.
So
they have Cody Rhodes doing everything.
Well said. Go right ahead, Adam. Take it over.
Listen, the first night, I'm not really going to gloss over. Mac talked about it, right? The bloodline rules, I called that. I thought that was going to happen. It was a good match. Like Mac said, Rock looked good. You know, not in that way, but he looked good as a wrestler. You know, and what he did. What he did in the ring, I was surprised. He didn't look like he was an old man. He looked like he could keep going. So, you know, that was good to see. Giving him his in-ring moment. It wasn't like he did a rock bottom and that was it. It was an actual match. He did the people's elbow and everything, you know, really, you know, put on a match. One of the last matches he had with John Cena, he got injured, right? So it's good to see him make out of it. The second night, blew the doors off of it. I'm watching that match and it's going on and Cody's coming down to the ring. He comes up with that skeleton, you know, headgear on. I'm like, oh my God, he has the aura to win it. He's smiling there. I'm like, his suit is, I'm like, do not take this away from this guy. He's worked this hard to get here. Don't ruin it because you want to keep this Roman Reigns storyline, which, by the way, I agree with Mac. I don't think it was the greatest title run that they were trying to make it out to be. I just think they had nobody else. And Vince McMahon, when he gets scared, keeps the title on somebody, sometimes too long. And, you know, they did not give guys a chance. I thought Cody Rhodes should have won it last year, as a matter of fact. And I thought it was bullshit that this bloodline came in. I thought it was going to overcome that. Obviously, that didn't happen. But you had, you know, Cody getting the upper hand, and then all of a sudden, you know, there's Roman Reigns, and here comes Jimmy Uso, and you're like, oh my God, here we go. And then Jay comes out, ends that, and then you have, I think Roman Reigns.
Forgot about Solo, and then John Cena coming out and taking out Solo. I forgot about that.
Solo comes in, and of course John Cena had beef with him, and you just hear that, dun, 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 and the music comes, dun, 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 and you're like, oh! Solo comes in there, he knocks Solo out, boom, all that happens, and then you hear, boom, 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 the fucking Shield coming down, and you're like, holy shit! And then of course Seth Rollins gets kicked out of the ring. And then after that happens, who comes down to the ring? If you smoke what the Rock is cooking, right? And he's coming down to the ring, and he's the final boss, and he's doing all this shit, and he's gyrating, and all of a sudden the lights go out. Now, mind you, I heard a little nugget that there was supposed to be some glass shattering, and a person that usually has a skull in his logo was supposed to come out, but they couldn't make financial reasons. With that being said, they brought somebody in just as good, and the gong goes off, and I'll tell you a story. So I'm in the match. Rock comes down. I thought I had a few minutes. I had to really go to the bathroom, right? So I'm in the middle of, going to the bathroom, or about to go to the bathroom. The gong hits. I ran outside. I stopped what I was doing. I
love it.
Cleaned myself out. I ran back outside, and my wife was like, man, I've never seen you run that fast. And I am an Undertaker. That is my guy. I have 2 or 3 shirts of mine in my drawer that have Dead Man Inc. and 30 RIP 30, his 30-year anniversary shirt. So near the King of Darkness is the Undertaker. So for me, that was my moment, my shining moment. He goes in there, he choke slams that buffoon, The Rock, looks down at Cody Rhodes, says, I just even the score. I am the guy. And if there's anybody besides Stone Cold who can come in and kind of, clean the yard, so to speak, it's the Undertaker. And I think that's what he was doing, a little homage, like, this is still my yard. I'm going to even the score. Bang, Cody Rhodes taking the title. And, of course, your new WWE Undisputed Champion of the World, Cody Rhodes, the American Nightmare. Samantha did a great job calling it, and he deserved it. I was so happy. I even screamed, yes, and woke up my wife who was sleeping right next to me on the couch as wrestling, as the main event wasn't as eventful to her as it was for me. But I was so excited that that Cody Rhodes won, that I it just like, that's what we needed. It was an era, like the bloodline thing was cool for like a year, and then it was like, all right, if he can beat John Cena, he can beat this person, he can beat that person, he can beat the Brock Lesnar's, the breaks off Brock Lesnar, and the ring breaks, and the Beast Incarnate can't beat him. Who's going to beat this guy? And then Cody Rhodes has a chance to do it, and you put all these odds in front of him, and then you take it away from him, and then you do the same story, and you're going to put The Rock in and do it, and all this, and I was like, this guy needs to finish it, and I'm glad it's happening. He is the face. Cody Rhodes was in Australia. He missed the press conference because he was out doing a press conference somewhere else. So he is now the guy that runs the place, and they're going to give him the title. I think he's going to have a decent title run. I think you're going to see some good matches with him, which is what you need when you have a title. I never understood this part-time bullshit. I get it, like if you're The Rock or The Undertaker or somebody that's paid their dues and is an absolute legend. Roman Reigns, what have you done? Usually when you get guys that take hiatuses like him, they don't get title shots. They don't get title reigns. And yeah, people liked him, but I think it was because he was cool. But like, Roman Reigns didn't really move the needle for me in terms of wrestling. He wasn't a great wrestler. He was decent on the mic. I'll give him that. And he didn't really defend the title the way you should defend the title. Cody Rhodes went up against everybody. He had people help him, but that's only because the bloodline has constantly ruined main events. So I'm glad they ended the story like that. I can't wait to see what's in store. Triple H has got this place buzzing. The wrestlers are smiling ear to ear. They're not walking on eggshells. I listened to the press conference both nights of both the wrestlers that were there, and it just is a different era. The Vince McMahon cloud is over, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? The stupidity of writing, the writing gaffes, it's over. Triple H will try anything, and if it works, he's going to keep doing it. He's not going to be like, oh, let's break the streak and then do this all this dumb mumbo jumbo at the last second. No. Enjoy this ride, because we don't know how long it's going to be. I hope it's a long time. Paul Levesque, a.k.a. Triple H, has got this company going in the right direction. He's made wrestling fun again. He knows who he's up against. AEW's product is a banger every night. That's what they try to do. Their production value may not be the same, but the wrestlers bring the house down every night. And when you have that going on, yeah, I know there's a little turmoil in AEW right now, but those wrestlers really put on shows. When you have that competition, you have to bring it. And I believe Triple H is going to inject a little attitude, no pun intended, into this new era. And I think that's what is needed. I think we need to see the Attitude Era kind of brought back on this stage with a little twist of ruthless aggression, with a little twist of, I don't want to see PG era John Cena anymore. That could go away. I don't want to need the popcorn era. But I need what the final boss said. It's curse. It's wrestling. You're paying for the entertainment. Entertain me. And they did. And the story was finished. And now I'm looking forward to wrestling. I'm back to being a WWE fan. Roman Reigns, don't let the door hit you on the way out. Enjoy your time off. And we'll see you when we need a hero to come save us from some other weird warped championship run.
Well said. Well, I just want to thank the boys for a wonderful episode of the WWE recap. Like I said, guys, the majority of the episode was gonna go to this amazing event that was WWE WrestleMania 40. I truly believe that for me, I stand on this. It was one of the better events in recent years. I was just getting sick and tired of old shit like Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns, like falling asleep kind of events. But we're gonna spend the last couple remaining minutes of the show. We're gonna push it to 2 hours, guys. I'm gonna spend the next 14 minutes giving you guys my final recaps. If you guys want to put money on this, I do have a parlay. If you guys want to lay money on this event, that is UFC 300. You guys can follow my parlay. That is going to be previewed at the end of the show. So stick around. We did preview this show, me and Raphael, on the Combat Club, our weekly podcast edition of the MMA and WWE, most likely UFC content. But that being said, guys, I am going to give you guys my final predictions for UFC 300. And then, of course, if Mac has anything to say, he's more than welcome to, lay his opinion and lay his thoughts on it as well. That being said, guys, I'm going to run through it real fast, and then I'm going to give you guys a parlay that if you guys want to follow me on. I'm mostly going to be playing DraftKings. If you guys want to sneak in DraftKings pick, I'm going to give you guys Cody right here. Cody's going to be less than $8,000 on DraftKings. I believe he's currently sitting at 7,300. That's going to be a nice sleeper pick. To get you over and under that $50,000 range, so you can go up and get people like Harrison, get people like Bo Nickel, because Bo Nickel's going to cost you 9,500, and Harrison's going to cost you 9,300. So for all my DraftKings players out there, Cody Garbrandt, is going to be a guy that has the opportunity of stopping Davison Figueroa in his tracks. Does he? Who knows? That's why he's 7,300 and Davison Figueroa is 9,100. But I'm gonna give you guys my final picks. You guys can take it, you guys can leave it, but do what you guys want with it. I'm not responsible for any wins or losses. And again, if you make money off of me, congratulations to you, and tune in for next main event for UFC, and hopefully I can continue to make you money. But that being said, we're going to start off with the UFC 300 big event. UFC 100, UFC 200, now UFC 300. This is the next generation. Every 100 events, as in pay-per-views, it's kind of like the next era of the UFC, and boy, do we have a stacked card with this one. To start us off, I would like to say there is 12 X championships on this main card, and that is exciting in itself. Davison Figueroa versus Cody Garbrandt could be a main event in himself on any given other Saturday, but it's gonna start off this card. You got Davison Figueroa going against Cody. Like I said, guys, we're gonna run through it real fast. Davison Figueroa is going to be the more active fighter. He's going to be the more aggressive fighter. He's going to push the pace. Cody, I believe, is going to be faster. This is the first time that they're going to be fighting. This is Davison Figueroa making his way up to the bantamweight division, coming from flyweight, and here's Cody here to greet him. But I still believe that Cody's going to keep his speed, and going to keep his power. As you can see, he's 9-5 in the UFC. Davidson Figueroa is 11-3-1. Most of his fights in the last couple of years came from Brandon Moreno. Obviously, going to be the more aggressive fighter, going to push the pace, but that's where I see Cody can get the upper hand and can clip him on the way in and get him in a counter strike. If I had to put money on this, I'm going to put my money on Cody here. Moving on to Bobby Green and Jim Miller, veterans of the sport. Jim Miller been around since the very beginning. I believe he's made his debut in double digits. In UFC 89 is when Jim Miller made his debut. This guy fought on UFC 100. This guy fought on UFC 200. This guy now is fighting on UFC 300. Not only that, fam, I don't know what happened there, but not only that, this guy is on an amazing win streak, coming in the ways of submissions and knockouts. As you can see, this guy is damn near 40 years old, but still doing what it has to take. He's 40 years old. Look at that, guys. What is this ad going on? Get that out of the way. I don't know what that's going on. But that being said, guys, we have Jim Miller, coming off of a rear naked choke crank victory, ground and pound victory. He did lose against Alexander Hernandez, but then he did beat aged Donald Cerrone. And as you can see, guys, this guy is basically streaking at a later age in life, which we love to see. He's going against a killer in Bobby Green. If I had to put money on it, I'm gonna take Jim Miller. Same. Why is all these ads coming in my raves? But that being said, same thoughts of Davidson Figueroa versus Cody. Bobby Green, he's gonna come with that defense always, where he's gonna push the pace on Jim Miller. But I see Jim Miller leg kicking the fuck out of Bobby Green, stopping Bobby Green that way. Yeah, you may have your hands up, Bobby Green, but once that leg kicks come in effect, as we've seen, Bobby Green's weakness in the past has been leg kicks, but can't count out Bobby Green. He's another veteran of the sport. You can't count him out. Jessica Andrade versus Rodriguez. Marina, she's gonna be a future champion one day, and I believe she's gonna get Jessica up against the cage, hit her with a little bit of elbows, hit a little bit of knees. I have a stoppage by Marina, early round 2. You guys may be like, why are you having all these stoppages? Because Dana White did announce earlier on this past Thursday, that being that there is UFC 300, he's gonna raise the $50,000 bonus to $300,000 bonus for performance of the night, stoppage of the night, KO of the night, and so on and so forth. That being said, these fighters are gonna aim to stop it and to take opponents out and to dominate. Jessica Andrade, she does have the knockout power. She did, slam Thug Rose, knocked out Thug Rose in that manner. Has the most stoppages, has the most wins in female, all of the divisions combined of all time. But I believe Marina, this is her moment. She's streaky. She's much more bigger, much more stronger, I believe. I know it's tough saying, hearing much more stronger than Jessica Andrade, who's been a staple at the top of the division for a long time. But it's a different day and age, guys. Mark the new era, like I just mentioned earlier. Marina, once she has her against the cage, consider that elbows being deadly. What she just did to the Kawali Hale, Michelle, that was nuts. And Mur's gonna come for Jessica. Julian Tanner versus Mercado. I see Mercado, now Julian, he can hit you with an exciting knockout, you know what I'm saying? He can catch Mercado, but obviously, no matter that I looked at this fight, I have Mercado easily probably, the best opportunity for Julian is to catch him early and defend the takedown. Because if he doesn't defend the takedown, well, Mercado's easily going to take him down. I wouldn't say easily, but going to spend majority of the fight trying to take Julian down. And once it's on the ground, I don't see Julian. I don't see Julian winning the fight. I see Mercado totally dominating on the ground. Julian may come hard with the knockout power at first, but his line of success is to catch him early, because if he doesn't catch him early, it's going to be a long night for Julian. Julian hasn't been known to gas out, but when you have Mercado just going to keep on shooting for the takedown as he should, it's going to be an easy dub for Mercado. But now if Mercado wants to prove something, wants to stay in there and try to make something of himself and try to strike with Julian, that's definitely going to be a mistake, and Julian might knock him out. But if I was Mercado, just take him down, wrestle him, and that W apps. Now, Yusuf, Yusuf has been an up and comer for a long time that the MMA hardcores has thought a lot of. This guy was supposed to be someone big, someone special, someone that was going to be competing as a contender for a very long time. But, injuries, and he just kind of didn't really live up to the hype. Opponents that he was supposed to wash, he didn't wash, and he kind of just, sticked around, but didn't really live up to the hype. Now, he is a power puncher. He's going to come out and try to knock out Diego. But at the end of the day, Diego has appeared recently out of nowhere. Nobody in the span of the UFC, he wasn't even on roster, what I say, in the last year. And I would say if you knew of his name in the past 3 years, either you was his friend or you was his family. Because I know the hardcores didn't, or maybe some hardcores did. But all I know, this guy basically burst onto the UFC in the past year and set it himself as one of the top up and comers. Putting on shows. Now he's not going to be maybe one of the next contenders anytime soon, but he damn well can be if he goes out there and he puts on the show. This guy's gonna pressure him. He's gonna put on the show. He's gonna be aggressive. And if Diego gets his hand on Yusuf and gets the fight to the ground where Diego wants to take it, Diego's gonna this fight's gonna be over real quick. I would say Yusuf maybe can last. They might go to a decision, but Diego's gonna try to shoot for the takedown over and over again, kind of like Moano. But honestly, Yusuf only has his striking on Diego, and with Diego's aggressiveness, it might get him clipped. Diego might come in and get clipped and be a knockout only. But I see Diego trying to take this fight to the ground as fast as possible. Oh my God, there's so much fights on here. I better hurry this up. We got Kayla versus Holly Holm. Kayla's coming in, gold medalist, 2-time gold medalist. Won a championship, 2-time PFL championship. That's the tournament. That's the other division. She's basically the next generation. Would I say she won gold medals in judo twice? So this is Ronda Rousey 2.0. Goodbye, Holly Holmes. Holly Holmes is 42. Let's not spend time on this. Holly Holmes is gonna get fucking wiped. I'm sorry. Calvin Kattar better defend a takedown. If he doesn't defend a takedown, Aljamain Sterling moving up to featherweight is going to have his day with Calvin Kattar. Calvin Kattar showed that he's not a fully established martial artist. I get it. Your striking is on point at the New England Cartel, the gym that he trains by. He's been over a year since he fought. I want to root for Calvin Kattar, but it's really hard to root for Calvin Kattar when he's going against Animal in Aljamain Sterling. That has a lot to prove. Now, there's a difference with the IQ. Sean O'Malley has way better IQ, way better fight IQ than Calvin Kattar. Sean O'Malley was able to bait Aljamain Sterling and get clipped. I don't see Aljamain Sterling's IQ failing him twice. I don't see Aljamain Sterling getting clipped twice in a row. Calvin Kattar is not going to beat Aljamain Sterling. Could he beat Aljamain Sterling? Yeah, I'm not surprised if he knocks him out, but it ain't going to happen. Aljamain Sterling is going to have his way with Calvin Kattar. Like it's a typical striker versus grappler matchup. Aljamain Sterling is going to try to take Calvin Kattar down and ground and pound him and end it in a submission. Yuri Prohakovich versus Alex Wozek. Now, Alex Wozek, he's the most fucking boringest fighter ever. But at the end of the day, he has the opportunity to really make a name for himself, and that's why I love this matchup, because I know Yuri this is the perfect matchup for Yuri. Yuri doesn't care. He's going to move forward. He's going to put himself in danger. And Alex, he tends to back up. Every time he fights, he tends to kind of fight backing up, and it plays into Yuri's advantage. I see Yuri coming out with a flying knee or something ridiculous, because I still believe that at the end of the day, Ojo should absolutely take it. No mess. At the end of the day, Yuri kind of wasn't really out. I get it. Alex Pereira won that fight. But at the end of the day, I still believe that Yuri wasn't fully out. And you see, after that fight, the referees kind of give these guys full-on moments to escape. There's not like getting grounded and pounded, and the referee immediately stops the fight. Yuri's going to come out and he's going to dust this kid. I know a lot of veterans and a lot of MMA hardcores are taking Alex, but fuck that. Yuri's going to come out. He's going to dust Alex. It plays into Yuri's game. Yuri is one moment. One thing is on his mind. The light heavyweight championship. And he's going to get the winner of the main event. Believe me on that. Bo Nickel, collegiate wrestler, one of the best wrestlers of all time. Had opportunities to go to the Olympics. He said, fuck that. I'm going to be a UFC fighter. He said he's going to win his fight and go back to, his hometown and help Penn State and help his team get ready for the Olympic tryouts. Bo Nickel is absolutely a stud. This is just feeding Cody to the animal, hyping up Bo Nickel. I like to say, I don't really like watch boxing because there's a lot of, touching up their records, and honestly, you can say the same for MMA. But at the end of the day, Cody is on a 2-fight win streak, even though they're fucking feeding him to Bo Nickel. Cody is on a 2-fight win streak. Bo Nickel's gonna fucking manhandle him. He's minus 2,000 on any betting websites. The highest. Cody's the highest underdog in the court. You know what I'm saying, on the court. Bo Nickel's absolutely gonna manhandle him. This guy has so much college records, so much collegiate records. He's right up there at Jordan Burris when it comes to wrestling. Definitely gonna have an amazing career. He's already not even looking past Cody. He's ready for a bigger name. Nothing against Cody, but feed Bo Nickel a top 15 already, because Cody's gonna get fucking manhandled early round 1 stoppage. Bo Nickel's gonna dominate. Charles Oliveira versus Osman. Obviously this is a pick'em, guys. This is a really pick'em. Two veterans of the sport. Obviously, Charles Oliveira is a veteran, a legend. But Osman, he handled himself against Islam when he fought against Islam, and he's been streaky himself. I have Osman winning. I have Charles winning. I'm gonna leave this up to you guys. I'm gonna have you guys pick it. I'm gonna make it fast, guys. My God, there's so much fights to get to. But we got Max Holloway. You know where I'm going at this versus Justin Gaethje, the highlight king. Justin Gaethje is known for his power, his entertainment, his ability to strike, his ability to just have the exciting fight. 12 fights with 12 performance bonuses. But at the end of the day, he hasn't faced someone like Max, and Max is moving up a weight class, and I believe that Max is gonna dominate. He is gonna fully show the next generation, the next level of Max. What I mean by that is he cut his hair. He's going back to the roots. Now, I may be biased. You may see the Hawaiian flag behind me. Gaethje TKO by leg kicks, but he did that against Dustin Poirier maybe once in his career, and I salute him for that. I'm not taking anything away from that, but you got to understand that Max doesn't move like Justin Gaethje. Justin Gaethje is a power striker. Max is completely gonna be faster. His movements, he's gonna not be there when Gaethje tries to. Now Gaethje's gonna hit Max. I'm not saying Gaethje's not gonna hit Max, but all I'm saying is Max might overwhelm Gaethje. I'm gonna say Max is gonna overwhelm Gaethje, and Max is probably gonna win by decision with the amount of strikes that Max is gonna throw. Call me biased, guys. I love Gaethje. It's hard picking against Gaethje, but Max is my guy, guys, and he is looking different. Max is looking different recently, and I'm gonna have to take Max in this one. He's gonna outwork Justin Gaethje. He's gonna be faster than Justin Gaethje, and he's gonna be. I'm not gonna say he's gonna be stronger than Justin Gaethje, but I want you guys to watch the power shots from Max to the body, not necessarily the head, uppercuts to the body and stuff like that. But that being said, you'll see no Mets. Now if Justin Gaethje comes out and wins the fight, I'm not going to be surprised. Like I said, I'm a fan of both of those guys, but I honestly truly believe that Max is going to be much faster than the people giving him credit for. He's not going to stand in front of Gaethje like Gaethje knocked out Barbosa with. Gaethje knocked out Donald Cerrone, and Gaethje knocked out Dustin Poirier. The difference between Barbosa, Donald Cerrone, and Dustin Poirier is the really power. The number of power punches than Max Holloway is more of a volume striker moving up a weight class. So we'll see what happens there. Full camp, not only 6 weeks, he gets the full camp. Last time Max moved up, it was only a 6-week camp. That being said, we got Ray Lee versus Yan, fight for China. That being said, Ray Lee's gonna dust her. I don't think Yan's on the competition of Ray Lee. I could be wrong. Yan may come out here and dust Ray Lee, but I just see Ray Lee with her championship experience is really gonna matter. I'm not saying she's gonna dust him. I'm just saying it's gonna really be an extended fight. But when the championship rounds come into play, round 5, Ray Lee is gonna have the advantage, and I'm gonna have Ray Lee defending the strap and getting the strap. And so Max Holloway winning the BMF championship belt, Ray Lee defending her championship belt. And this is the main event that I had the most hard time picking, guys. Alex versus Jamal Hill. The more I thought about it, I wanted to go Jamal Hill. I wanted to go Alex. And I still hadn't made up my mind. I hadn't made up my mind on who I think is going to win. So I'm not even going to predict that, guys. But what I am going to do is I'm going to leave you guys hanging on that one. I'm going to give you guys an early bet. If you guys want to make money real fast, you guys can follow it. You guys don't want to follow it, it's up to you guys. This is on you guys. If you guys want to follow this is going to get you money on the prelims before you guys, hit the main card. It could be Alex. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? That's why it's so good, Nomads. And I appreciate you tuning in. We really appreciate you. But I'm going to give you guys something to start off the match. We got the first match. We got Cody. I'm going to get Cody by money line. All he has to do is win the match. He doesn't know if he wants to win decision, if he wants to win, knockout, submission. It's just how he just has to win. We're going to go Jim Miller against Bobby Green. He just has to win. We're going to go upset of Rodriguez. All she has to do is win, which I think she can do. I think she can do against Jessica Andrade. And then our last one is going to be Yuri. Like I said, guys, I think that this style matches up perfectly for Yuri. I think he has an opportunity of winning. Now, guys, look at that payout. If you guys, like I said, we don't condone gambling. If you're over 18, if your state is legal for gambling, then you go ahead and you guys can follow this. But there you guys have it. $50, guys. If you throw $50 on this, you basically will get $17.57. That's 4 fights, guys. Basically, throw your furs up for Jeff. You know what I'm saying? So that's 4 fights, guys. That basically is not even the main court. So you guys can basically have the opportunity to be up good, be up chilling, and then go enjoy the UFC court. And like I said, guys, I'm not responsible for any wins or any losses, guys. But trust me, guys, Cody, this is a good matchup for him. Now, this is a long shot. These are underdogs, guys. Let me be clear. These guys are underdogs. So you gotta risk it for the biscuit, guys. Scared money don't make money. You know what I'm saying? So you got Cody, first fight of the night. Jim Miller, second fight of the night. Marina, third fight of the night. So you can be 1, 2, and 3. You be shutting in your bricks, hoping for the best. And what if all 3 hits, right? What if all 3 hits? And I would love to have Yuri. I would love to have Yuri as my fucking 4th fighter. As my 4th fighter on this parlay. And then you can go and you can enjoy the main event. $50, wins you $17.57. If you guys just want to put up 10, you cash a little 350, 351. Like I said, guys, you follow me if you guys don't want to follow me, but that is probably gonna do it unless Mac wants to say a couple more things about UFC because I know he's a fan as well. But we have been honored to bring you guys a special edition of the WWE episode and the UFC 300 episode. But yeah, the floor is yours, Mac. You say what you need to say, bro, and then we can clear it out. You're the host. Wrap it up because you always close the show the best. Let's get it.
I ain't got much, man. I don't really got much to say. I don't know. I'm a casual fan of this. I don't know the guys in depth like you do. I just know the guys. I like some of the legends. You know what I mean? Just a shout out to my guy Oliveira, man. Representing once again, old man. Still in there doing his thing. Holly Holm's gonna be out there doing her thing tomorrow night. I mean, yeah, you're right. Like I agree with what you said. I don't see her having much of a chance. But at the end of the day, the fact that she's still out there mixing it up, props to him. You know what I mean? So I just like to shout out some of the old heads that's still out there doing their thing, man. But this is a stacked card, man, top to bottom, all the way down, man. I mean, you got cards, you got fights on the mid card that are most definitely main card worthy fights. So it's gonna be a fun night. UFC 300 is gonna be a great event, man. I definitely plan on trying to tune in, checking all of that out, man, soaking it all in. But it's been another great edition of the Premium Takes Podcast, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with the Horsemen for these last couple hours, man. Breaking down WrestleMania 40. Zion is giving a great analysis on UFC 300 tomorrow night. We had a little bit of the draft talk early on in the beginning of the show. We'll get back to be doing more of that next week, I'm sure, as we're getting closer approaching the actual NFL draft itself. But at the end of the day, it's been a great show, man. We appreciate you guys all tuning in, man. You guys coming and hanging out with the Horsemen, man. We'll be back once again next Friday night, same bat time, same bat channel. Throw them 4s up for our guy, the one and only NYG, Jeffy T, man. And we'll see y'all next week. This has been another edition of the Premium Takes Podcast.